السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ پیارے حضور. اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم. بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. ومن يطع الله والرسول فأولئك مع الذين أنعم الله عليهم من النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين وحسن أولئك رفيقا. ذلك الفضل من الله وكفى بالله عليما. The verses recited before you are taken from chapter 4, Surah An-Nisa of the Holy Quran. I shall not present the English rendering of these verses. I seek refuge with Allah from Satan the rejected. In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful. And whoso obeys Allah and this messenger of His shall be among those on whom Allah has bestowed His blessings, namely the prophets, the truthful, the martyrs, and the righteous. And excellent companions are these. This grace is from Allah, and sufficient is Allah, the All-Knowing. Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, verses 70 to 71. Jazakumullah.
لبیب احمد زاہد اردو ترجمہ.
السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ پیارے حضور.
وعلیکم السلام.
ابھی آپ کے سامنے سورہ النساء کی آیات 70 تا 71 کی تلاوت کی گئی ہے. ان آیات کا اردو ترجمہ بیان فرمودہ حضرت خلیفۃ المسیح رابع رحمہ اللہ پیشی خدمت ہے. میں اللہ کی پناہ مانگتا ہوں دھتکار و شیطان سے، اللہ کے نام کے ساتھ جو بے انتہا رحم کرنے والا، بن مانگے دینے والا اور بار بار رحم کرنے والا ہے. اور جو بھی اللہ کی اور اس رسول کی اطاعت کرے تو یہی وہ لوگ ہیں جو ان لوگوں کے ساتھ ہوں گے جن پر اللہ نے انعام کیا ہے، یعنی نبیوں میں سے، صدیقوں میں سے، شہیدوں میں سے اور صالحین میں سے. اور یہ بہت ہی اچھے ساتھی ہیں. یہ اللہ کا خاص فضل ہے اور اللہ صاحب علم ہونے کے لحاظ سے بہت کافی ہے. جزاکم اللہ.
جزاک اللہ. حدیث اسامہ ظفر رحمان.
السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ پیارے حضور.
السلام.
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. اللہم صلی علی محمد وعلی آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن الله تبارك وتعالى إذا أحب عبدا نادى جبريل إن الله قد أحب فلانا فأحبه فيحبه جبريل ثم ينادي جبريل في السماء إن الله قد أحب فلانا فأحبوه فيحبه أهل السماء ويودع له القبول في أهل الأرض Sahih al-Bukhari, Kitab al-Tawheed. The English translation of the hadith presented before you is as follows. Hazrat Abu Huraira radiyallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, if Allah loves a person, He calls Jibreel alayhi salam, saying, Allah loves so-and-so, O Jibreel, love him. So Jibreel alayhi salam would love him, and then would make an announcement in the heavens, Allah loves so-and-so, therefore you should also love him. So all the dwellers of the heavens would love him. And then he is also granted acceptance among the people on the earth. Jazakumullah.
اردو ترجمہ احمد خان.
السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ. پیارے حضور، حضرت ابو ہریرہ رضی اللہ عنہ بیان کرتے ہیں کہ رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے فرمایا، جب اللہ تعالیٰ کسی بندے سے محبت کرتا ہے تو جبرائیل علیہ السلام کو آواز دیتا ہے کہ اللہ فلاں سے محبت کرتا ہے، تم بھی اس سے محبت کرو. چنانچہ جبرائیل علیہ السلام بھی اس سے محبت کرتے ہیں. پھر وہ آسمان میں آواز دیتے ہیں کہ اللہ فلاں سے محبت کرتا ہے، تم بھی اس سے محبت کرو. چنانچہ اہل آسمان بھی اس سے محبت کرنے لگتے ہیں، اور اس طرح روئے زمین میں بھی اسے مقبولیت حاصل ہو جاتی ہے. جزاکم اللہ.
قمر احمد خان، اقتباس حضرت مسیح موعود علیہ السلام.
السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ. میرے پیارے حضور،
السلام.
اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم. بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. نحمدہ ونصلی علی رسولہ الکریم وعلی عبدہ المسیح الموعود. حضرت اقدس مسیح موعود علیہ السلام فرماتے ہیں، منافق حضرت صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کے ساتھ سچا تعلق نہ ہونے کی وجہ سے آخر بے ایمان رہے. ان کو سچی محبت اور اخلاص پیدا نہ ہوا، اس لیے ظاہری لا الہ الا اللہ ان کے کام نہ آیا. تو ان تعلقات کو بڑھانا بڑا ضروری ہے. اگر ان تعلقات کو وہ طالب نہیں بڑھاتا اور کوشش نہیں کرتا تو اس کا شکوہ اور افسوس بے فائدہ ہے. محبت و اخلاص کا تعلق بڑھانا چاہیے. جہاں تک ممکن ہو اس انسان مرشد کے ہم رنگ ہو، طریقوں میں اور اعتقاد میں. نفس لمبی عمر کے وعدے دیتا ہے، یہ دھوکہ ہے، عمر کا اعتبار نہیں ہے. جلدی راست بازی اور عبادت کی طرف جھکنا چاہیے، اور صبح سے لے کر شام تک حساب کرنا چاہیے. ملفوظات جلد اول صفحہ 5. جزاکم اللہ.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, beloved Azur. I shall now present the English translation of the Iqtabas presented before you. The promised Messiah alayhi salam states, since the hypocrites did not possess a true relationship with the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him and his progeny, ultimately they remained bereft of faith. They were left devoid of pure love and sincerity. And so, the mere proclamation of La ilaha illallah, there is none worthy of worship except Allah, was of no avail to them. Thus, it is very important to forge these bonds. If a follower does not strengthen these ties and fails to make an effort in this cause, any expression of grief or regret would be unwarranted. One should nurture a relationship of love and sincerity with one's spiritual guide, and in so far as possible, adjust the hue of one's disposition to that of one's master, both in terms of action and belief. The inner self of man promises him a long life, but this is a deception. There is no telling how long a person will live. One should hasten to adopt piety and worship, and introspect on one's condition from morning to evening. Malfuzat, Volume 1, English, pages 4 to 5. Jazakumullah.
جلیس احمد نظم.
السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ. پیارے حضور، منظوم کلام حضرت اقدس مسیح موعود علیہ الصلوۃ والسلام. تقویٰ یہی ہے یارو کہ نخوت کو چھوڑ دو، کبر و غرور و بخل کی عادت کو چھوڑ دو. اس بے ثبات گھر کی محبت کو چھوڑ دو. اس یار کے لیے رہے عشرت کو چھوڑ دو. اسلام چیز کیا ہے، خدا کے لیے فنا، ترک رضائے خویش پے مرضی خدا. بدتر بنو ہر ایک سے، اپنے خیال میں شاید اسی سے دخل ہو دار الوصال میں. تقویٰ یہی ہے یارو कि नखवत को छोड़ दो
Allah. Ready translation. Aziz Ahmad Ghani.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, beloved Hazur. The poem presented before you is written by the promised Messiah alayhi salam. Its English rendering is as follows. Taqwa, O friends, is indeed this, that you renounce vanity. Shun the habit of pride, arrogance, and avarice. Shun the love of this transient abode. Abandon the path of luxury for the sake of that beloved. What is Islam? Self-annihilation for the sake of God. To relinquish one's own desire for the pleasure of God. Think of yourself as inferior to everyone else. Perchance, thereby, you may enter the place of union. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. हाँ क्या कहते हो? बैठे रहो इन्होंने जिनसे कहना है कुछ कह देगा तुमने को इसको ऑर्गेनाइज किया हुआ इनको किसने 1 2 3 कौन है 1 चलो आ जाओ
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, beloved Hazur.
वालेकुम सलाम व रहमतुल्लाह.
My name is Numan Ahmed Fareed from the Minnesota Jamaat. In many of Hazur's responses to my letters, Hazur has advised that punctuality in namaz and tilawat is a key to success. Why are people like Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla, and Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, who don't offer the namaz or remember Allah, so successful and wealthy?
अच्छा, do you know what is the purpose of your life?
To worship Allah?
Huh?
To worship Allah?
Yes, just recently in my last sermon I also said the same thing. And what is the purpose of their life, who are worldly people?
To attain a worldly
You see,
position?
when Allah Ta'ala created Adam, at that time, Satan refused to bow before Allah or those to submit before Adam, right? What was the reason? Arrogance, the worldly desires, right? And he said that most of the people will follow me. He challenged Allah Ta'ala that most of the people will follow me and I will lead them to go astray from the right path. Right? And Allah did not say that you cannot do it. Allah says, yes, there will be few people who will be righteous people, who will follow my commandments, who will submit to my injunctions and commandments, who will accept my prophets, right? Although they will be small in number, but they will ultimately succeed. Because your purpose is not the worldly desire. Your purpose is to gain Allah's love, right? And we, a righteous person, always tries to gain Allah's love because for the life after death. Because we shall be, a righteous person will be rewarded in the hereafter. And these worldly people have been rewarded in this world. This is why the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that their right eye is blind. Their eye of the religious knowledge and religion is blind. And the left eye is working. That means they will increase in worldly matters. So, if your desire is only to gain the worldly benefits, then, of course, you can leave namaz and leave Islam and do whatever you like. But if you believe that there is a life after death, and that is an eternal life, then you will gain the love of Allah here in this world and in the world hereafter. Are you not going to school?
I am.
Do going soon. Are you not good in your studies? You are?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Are you facing any problem in getting your worldly requirements? No?
No.
You're getting your daily food, you take breakfast, lunch, if you not like, then dinner, right? And you are wearing good clothes. Yeah? So everything of this world is available to you. And you are praying also to Allah Ta'ala. And if you achieve your target, what is your target?
To serve the Jamaat.
No, I mean, what do you want to be in future?
A heart surgeon.
Heart
Heart surgeon.
If you achieve that target, that means you have gained your worldly gain. And apart from that, by bowing before Allah Ta'ala and praying to Allah Ta'ala 5 times daily, obeying His commandments, you will also get the reward in the hereafter. Whereas these people will never get it. So now it is in your hands now. You have to choose. You want both of the benefits or only one here in this world? What do you want? Both or one or two?
Both of them.
But then we are better than them. We are better than these people. They are gaining worldly benefits only. And we have been promised by Allah Ta'ala that we shall give benefit in this world and the hereafter. Okay? So our purpose is not of this world. A mu'min, a good believer's purpose is to win the love of Allah. And for winning the love of Allah, you will have to work hard for the enhancement of your spiritual level and also service of humanity. Okay?
Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, beloved Hazur. My name is Daniel Janjua and I'm from Dallas Jamaat. My question is, which professions or academic specialties should Waqfe Nau boys choose? Should they prioritize the requirements of Jamaat ahead of their own personal interests?
What is your personal interest?
Real estate agent. Real estate agent.
Huh?
Real estate agent.
Real estate agent. So if you choose this profession for helping the Jamaat and getting some good areas and plots for construction of the mosques and mission houses, then it's good for you. Otherwise, if you are a Waqfe Nau, right? So Waqf means you will have to work for the cause of Allah Ta'ala. Your being a Waqfe Nau, your first preference should be to choose the career which is beneficial, more beneficial for the Jamaat. Okay? And if you think that you cannot do that duty, you cannot fulfill your Waqf requirement, then you do whatever you like. Okay?
Okay.
But for that you will have to seek permission from the center. Write to me. and then I will let you know. Okay? But even if you choose to be a estate agent, real estate business, right? Then at least you learn, increase your religious knowledge and learn more about religion. Offer your 5 daily prayers. Read the Holy Quran. Know the meaning of the Holy Quran. And then do the tabligh of Islam. See? As real estate, business person, you can also be good for preaching. Quite a number of people will come to you. Okay? So, always remember that whether you work directly under the Jamaat or indirectly, but your main aim and objective should be to preach the message of Allah Ta'ala, of Islam. That is the main purpose. Okay? And for that you will have to try to make good relation with Allah Ta'ala by obeying all His commandments and offering your 5 daily prayers, right? And learning more about the religion. Okay?
Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Pyare Hazur. My name is Hazrat Mirza. I'm from Chicago Jamaat. Hazur, I try my best to offer all 5 daily prayers and to do daily tilawat al-Quran and all other ibadat. But the majority of the time, I do it because it's an obligation. What should I do so that whenever I pray, I love to do it by heart and feel pleasure in it?
You see, how much time do you spend in offering your Fajr prayer?
How much time do I spend?
10 minutes?
Yeah, about 10 minutes.
So, while supplicating, while in sajda, have you ever had the chance to cry?
Cry?
Cry before Allah Ta'ala, weep and cry
Yeah.
while praying? At that time, do you feel some satisfaction in your heart?
Do I feel what?
Some satisfaction?
Yeah.
So it is not necessary that all the time you offer the prayers of the same quality. Ups and downs are human nature, right? But if you once have tasted the joy of offering prayer, then I don't think you should raise such type of question. You say you have offered prayer, you enjoyed so many of your sajdas while crying and praying to Allah Ta'ala, and you feel satisfaction. Right? Not you. Has it ever happened that you felt some satisfaction in your heart after prayer?
Well, I do feel satisfaction, but majority of the time, like most of the time, I feel like I'm just doing it because I'm Muslim.
You spend at least at the most 40 minutes or 45 minutes for all your 5 daily prayers.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas for your studies, after school, even for doing your homework or getting some other knowledge, you read for 2, 3, 4 hours. Right? So you cannot say you are doing justice with your prayers. And it is a process as well. It will take time. If you continue doing it while in sajda, you ask Allah Ta'ala that, oh Allah, increase my spiritual level, right? Give me some satisfaction in my heart, and always keep me close to you, right? So, if you get closer to Allah Ta'ala in this way, and asking Him, requesting Him, praying to Him, then one day you will also feel more satisfaction than you are feeling now. Right? It's a process. Nobody can be, even prophets get the status of prophethood at the age of 40 years, not at the age of 25 years, or 10 years or 20 years, right? So this is a process. You keep on doing it. One day you will feel that you have good relations with Allah Ta'ala, and you cannot live without praying to Allah Ta'ala. Okay? देख के खड़ा नहीं हुआ जा रहा तो बैठ जाओ.
My question is, what should one do to prepare himself for Jamia, and what prayer should he be saying frequently so we stay true to his desire of going to Jamia?
You see, you should, one thing is, are you regular in offering your 5 daily prayers?
Ji.
Right? You know the meaning of the prayers?
Ji.
Do you seek Allah's help while in sajda to help you, to make you a good murabbi or an amadi?
Ji.
Okay, first thing is this. Secondly, do you know how to read the Holy Quran?
Ji.
Then do you do tilawat daily?
No, I struggle in doing tilawat daily.
No, you should do at least 1 or 2 raku daily,
Ji.
right? And try to learn the meaning of it as well.
Ji.
Okay? Secondly, do you have good morals?
Ji.
So try to read this passage of the book of Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad from the essence of Islam. Not any particular book, but from the essence of Islam. And then try to absorb that subject and understand it. Then you will know what is religion. Right? This is the only training. You know, you should know the meaning of the whole Surah Fatiha, read the Holy Quran. That is the basic requirement for Jamia student. Or the general knowledge about Ahmadiyyat. Right? You should also try to learn more about Ahmadiyyat. General knowledge, what is it? When did Hazrat Mirza Masroor claim as the promised Messiah? And when did he take the first bath? When Muslim Maud was born? And there are some brief history of Ahmadiyyat. So you should try to learn that as well. Okay? So this is the basic thing. Then also recite the prayer, Rabbi inni lima anzalta ilayya min khairin fakir. That is a good, right? The prayer of Moses. I like this one. You should also recite it. Okay?
Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Pyare Hazur. My name is Sultan Rahman and I'm from the LA Jamaat. My question is, what are some useful skills that young people in the Jamaat can learn to prepare themselves in the event of a world war?
Young people or old people? No, whatever it is. Everybody should. You see, first thing is that you pray that it should not happen in your lifetime. At least it can be delayed. And secondly, you prepare yourself for the preaching and spreading of the message of Islam. So be determined and promise to Allah Ta'ala that when you grow up, then you will spread the message of Islam. So if we let them, people understand what is the purpose of their life, and how should they live their life, and try to win the love of Allah, then at least we can if not completely get rid of this, the fear of the war, can be delayed for some time. So the ups and downs will come and do come. And secondly, that as I have already said, every family should also reserve for some food for some few months in their houses. And youngs are also among them. They should also help their family members, right?
Okay.
And also pray to Allah Ta'ala. This is the only thing. If you mean that how we can save the world from the war, then pray to Allah Ta'ala. If there is anything else, then nothing we can't do. If the world is determined to destroy and the leaders are not trying to get sense, then we can't do anything. Right? Okay.
My name is Ibrahim Sayyid Ahmed, and I'm from the Los Angeles Majlis. Huzur, can I ask you this question in Urdu?
Urdu, yes, हाँ, पूछ लो.
जी हुजूर, मेरा सवाल है कि जब हमारे दोस्त या क्लासमेट्स जब उनको पता चलता है कि हमारे अकायद क्या है मुसलमान होते के नाते और हमारे अखलाकियात वो हमें नापसंद करते हैं, उनकी वजह से हमारा मजाक उड़ाते हैं, तो हम उनके सामने अपनी शनाख्त को कैसे बरकरार रखें और कैसे अपने अकायद और अखलाकियात का फलाह करें?
बात यह है कि इतना खुद एतमादी होनी चाहिए. क्या समझते हैं अपने आप को? हम वी आर राइट और रॉन्ग? हम ठीक हैं या गलत हैं?
वो गलत है.
हम ठीक हैं कि गलत हैं?
हम ठीक हैं.
हम ठीक हैं. देन फिर तो तुम उनका मजाक को समझो कुछ ना, तुम उनका मजाक उड़ाओ कि हम तो ठीक हैं, तुम लोग क्यों अपनी दुनिया और आखिरत ख़राब कर रहे हो या बर्बाद कर रहे हो. ठीक है, समझ आई? तो इसमें मजाक क्या उड़ाते हैं, मुझे समझ नहीं आई. इतना जो बदएतमादी क्यों है अपने आप पे? हैं, एतमाद होना चाहिए. जब हम ठीक हैं और हमारा क्लेम है हमने दुनिया को फतह करना है, देन व्हाई शुड यू वरी? व्हाई शुड यू बॉदर अबाउट अदर पीपल? ठीक है ना? हाँ, शाहजी जरा हौसला रखो.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, beloved Azur. My name is Rohan Zafar from Portland Majlis. When we pray for Hazur or Khalifa Waqt, what would Hazur like for us to pray?
You pray that Allah Ta'ala help Khalifa Waqt to discharge his duties so that the burden Allah Ta'ala has put on the shoulder of Khalifa Waqt is properly, the duties of the burden of the duties Allah Ta'ala has put on the shoulder is properly discharged, right? So Allah Ta'ala gives them strength and health so that he works properly for the cause of Islam and Ahmadiyyat. Yeah? And whatever the plans are in the mind of Khalifa of the time, they are completed with Allah's help in shortest possible time and in the best way. Right? ठीक है? And Allah Ta'ala also give him the helper, that is Sultan al-Nasir, so that a team of helpers can also help the Khalifa Waqt. And Allah Ta'ala also make us the helper of the Khalifa of the time, so that as Waqfe Nau, we also discharge our duties to help the Khalifa Waqt in completing his assignments and tasks and his wishes and his plans. Right? Okay.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, beloved Hazur.
Assalam.
My name is Ondemand, and I'm from the Dallas Jamaat. The promised Messiah alayhi salam says in Risalah al-Wasiyat that whosoever does wasiyat should give 1/10 of his wealth to Jamaat. My question is that for someone like me who is a student and does not have any income yet, do I still qualify to do wasiyat?
Do you get some pocket money?
Ji.
Students are allowed to do their wasiyat on their pocket money. Okay?
Okay.
So if you get $100 or $50, then you can give 1/10 of it. And when you complete your studies and qualified and get job, good job, Allah Ta'ala give you good job. If you are not taken as the employment of the Jamaat, then you should increase your income according to your pay and give your chanda according to your pay. Right? Student can do wasiyat on their pocket money. Right? ठीक है?
Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, beloved Huzur. My name is Tawfiq Khalid Ahmed from Los Angeles Jamaat. My question is, what would Huzur advise so that we could continue paying chanda even in the event of financial hardship?
You look quite healthy.
Alhamdulillah.
How many times do you eat?
3 times.
3 times
a day.
And you complete. You see, during these 3 times you eat up to your satisfaction,
yes.
Right? Yeah. And are you Musi?
I am, Huzur.
Yes. So you are only giving 1/10 of your income. Are you earning, or are you a student?
I am working.
Working.
Yes.
And I don't want to ask your income, but at least if you know the importance of sacrifice and wasiyat, then if you sacrifice only, how much money do you spend daily on your food?
It's like $50.
$50. Yeah. At home or outside? Outside.
At home.
And do you eat something outside?
Yes, Huzur.
How much do you spend there?
Like $10.
$10?
Yes, Huzur.
So if you can, and without that you can live, even because you have food in your house. If you don't spend $10 on your junk food you are taking from outside, right? Then you will save $10. Eh? So in 25 days you will save $250, right? And in 12 months, $3,000. And your chanda does not reach to $3,000. No, does it? Your wasiyat chanda reaches to $3,000 a year or more?
I think yes.
Yes?
It reached, yes.
So in this way, at least by just stopping eating food from outside, you can save $3,000 in a year. So this is up to you. How important do you consider chanda? Chanda means what? What is chanda? Chanda is qurbani, sacrifice. And what does sacrifice means? Do you know the meaning of sacrifice? What is it?
Sacrifice.
Huh?
Sacrifice for the most important thing.
No. What is the meaning, simple meaning of sacrifice?
Yeah, to spend more in
doing something by
heart.
What is the meaning of sacrifice? If you see the dictionary, what do you learn from there?
Yeah, to spend more.
Sacrifice, what does it mean? To do something which by force, by leaving something which you desire, right? So this is sacrifice. If you say chanda is a sacrifice. So you will have to leave your desires, and you will have to force yourself for that, right? Okay? So if you realize the importance of it and the reward, then you will know that what is the importance of chanda. I think in my recent Khuddam and Atfal UK address, I also mentioned this thing. I think Khuddam and Atfal Ansarullah, you should learn, you should listen to that khutbah or address. Okay? So if you know the meaning, in the importance of sacrifice, then you cannot raise this question that how in the financial hardship. In financial hardship, you are meeting all your requirements. You have not even reduced your weight, right? You have not reduced a slice of bread from eating. So how can you say hardship? You are not suffering from any hardship.
Inshallah.
Okay? Okay.
Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum, beloved Huzur. My name is Manar Ahmed. I'm from Los Angeles Jamaat. Huzur, do you think psychokinesis is possible? The power to move or alter object solely by mental effect?
Yes, it is possible. Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad has written on this issue in his book Azalai al-Muttarib. And but he says that it does not mean that the person has the power which God has. A person, a dying person who has some, is not completely died. Even with this, you can make him stand. And there are some, even he has mentioned that there are some people who can, even with the concentration, they can even move this table. Not only they move the table, even there were some people sitting on it and they also moved it. But that is a temporary, process. Whenever they loses their concentration, it will stop there. So they cannot say that they are now at par with Allah Ta'ala. No. Right? But it still needs some research. And Allah Ta'ala has told me that yes, some people have the power of it, but that does not mean that it is the same as the power given to the prophets by Allah Ta'ala or his pious people. Right? Okay? So you should read Azalai Ham. I think you will get some more knowledge about it. Okay?
My name is Labib Ahmed Zahid, and I am from the Fort Worth Jamaat. And my question is, from time to time, I wonder a lot regarding whether Allah Ta'ala is real. Hazur, what steps may I take to see the existence of Allah, the Almighty?
You cannot physically see Allah Ta'ala. One thing. Do you know it?
Yeah.
We cannot. Allah Ta'ala is a nur. But do you pray 5 times? Have you ever experienced the acceptance of prayers?
Yes.
Then that is how Allah Ta'ala shows His presence, as His existence. You prayed to Allah Ta'ala and He accepted it. And you know whatever you achieved is because of the acceptance of prayer by Allah Ta'ala. Right? And sometime when you are praying and you are in sajda position, then you cry hard, and you feel some satisfaction in your heart. You feel that now my prayers have been accepted. Then, or Allah Ta'ala will do good for me. That is also one of the signs, the existence of Allah Ta'ala. So, Ahmadis always have their experiences in Allah Ta'ala. So, have you ever experienced any acceptance of your prayer?
Yeah.
Huh? Then why are you asking this question? Allah Ta'ala has Himself shown you. Right?
Yeah.
This is how Allah Ta'ala shows His His face. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have some other question in this regard, then you can ask what you actually want.
So, I mean, like, whenever you, like, pray to God, and you're trying to say, like, you're wishing for stuff, but it doesn't come true.
You are wishing for things that don't come true. So it is not necessary that Allah Ta'ala accept you, all of your prayers. He is Malik. He says He will accept some of your prayers, and sometimes some of your prayers are not good for you. But Allah Ta'ala, if you are praying fervently, then Allah Ta'ala will not let it go waste. Right?
Yeah.
That will be in your credit account. So whenever you need something, Allah Ta'ala will give it to you, the credit benefit of that one. Right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Assalamu
alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, beloved Huzur.
alaikum.
My name is Jazib Ahmad Bhatti, and I'm from the Columbus Jamaat. The vast majority of girls in today's materialistic environment are career-focused. What suggestions would Huzur give to a Waqfe Nau boy looking for a moral and family-oriented spouse?
You see, with all the worldly teachings and education, education and your desires, you can be a good Muslim, right? Being a Waqfe Nau, you should know that your parents have presented you before the Jamaat, before your birth. And now your duties, if you want to fulfill, honor their promise, then you should always remember that what are your duties as a Waqfe Nau. And I have given the details of that in one of my sermons in Khutbah in 2016 in Canada. So if you remember that, then follow that one. If you don't, then find out the points from that, and you would know what are your duties. Right? Once, and secondly, if you think that you cannot continue with your work, then you do whatever you like. But whatever the case is, you are an Ahmadi. And being an Ahmadi, it is your duty to be spiritually and morally good. And alongside it, then you can learn more about the worldly education, right? On worldly matters. But must remember that whatever you are doing, Allah is always watching over you. Never ever do bad things. Right?
Right.
Because if you believe in the life hereafter, then must remember that if you do not do good deeds, you may be punished for that in the hereafter. Okay?
Okay.
You are asking about girls. Yeah?
Yes.
spouse, your question is different. I could not follow this. Now that I have seen. You see, the Holy Prophet ﷺ has said that whenever you are trying to choose your match, you should, there are 3-4 things. That either you like a beautiful girl, or a wealthy girl, or a girl of a good family. These are all the worldly things. But a pious, good believer should always try to choose the match of that girl who is good in her religion, who is pious and righteous. So, a good believer. So if you consider, the boys consider this thing, then the boys themselves have to be good believer and pious people. Not that you search for a good girl and you are even not offering 5 daily prayers. Right? Yeah. So if both of you are good, spiritually good, religiously good, then there will be peace and harmony in the house. Right? And your progeny and generation will also be brought up in good hands. Okay? चलो वक्त भी हो गया जज़ाकल्लाह के साथ. Right? Assalamu alaikum.